Welcome back to the vendor table.
Hi.
What's going on, lady?
Same old shit, different day.
Okay. What's on your shirt?
Nightmare on Elm Street. It's Freddy.
Love Freddy.
You know, it's August. We're approaching spooky
Oh,
season.
your favorite time of year.
You know, once September hits, that's it.
You're in spooky season.
We
vibe.
did get a 12-foot skeleton.
Yeah? Mm-hmm. What are you going to be for Halloween this year?
I don't know.
Really? You don't
I don't know.
Yeah?
I have a lot of spooky shit. I haven't really quite figured that part out yet.
Okay.
But I don't do cute
Okay.
on Halloween.
It's got to be scary.
We do creepy.
Yeah? Creepy, scary?
Creepy, scary.
Nice.
Creepy, scary, spooky.
I think Ava wants to be Joy from Inside Out.
Aww.
And I think I'm going to be like, we're going to be the emotions.
You should be anger.
I should be anger, right? It's a typical dad thing, right? Yeah, Sarah's going to be like disgust. And
Are you going to shave off your beard and just have a mustache?
No. I should, though. It's very Mikey Sunsets, like, kind of look. I feel like Mikey Sunsets should have a mustache.
I feel like there should be a petition to have Mike shave his beard and just have a mustache.
Oh, my God, it looks so creepy.
Donate $1 and Mike will do it.
I think we should do a Halloween episode this year.
You think?
Yeah, I think we should.
Are we dressing up?
I think we should dress up.
Okay.
In our alter egos.
We have to actually plan this, though, because
Yeah.
last time we fucked up.
Yeah, we said we were going to do it we didn't have a following. People just looked at us like we were idiots. So I feel like now
We
we have.
still do.
Yeah, it's very valid.
Nothing's really changed.
Very valid. I think we should do a whole episode in our alter egos.
Okay.
And so Mikey Sunsets and Diva Lauren
Okay.
should have a total episode where they just like chit chat. Maybe like it could be like a 10-minute bonus episode.
I feel like that's probably for the best.
10-minute bonus episode because you guys would get sick of Mikey Sunsets real quick.
I mean, no one can handle Diva Lauren. Such a problem.
We don't know what to talk about sometimes, and we're just like, all right, there's a lot of shit that's happened in the industry, and there's a lot of things that we see on TikTok, and there are things that like we could talk about and shit like that. And you guys write us in some cool shit sometimes, and we're like, whoa, we should talk about that.
Yeah.
So, you know, a lot of people like wrote us in like, you know, nice things. Like they're like, oh, you know, you guys are so like you've been doing this for a long time. Like, what's your favorite thing about being a wedding vendor? Are you gonna say money?
I mean, like, I'd be lying if I said it wasn't partially the money, but probably the flexibility.
Yeah, I think personally, it's got to be the flexibility.
I have, you know, there's going to be somebody that's like, actually, no, it's the pure joy of photographing two people in love. Go fuck yourself. No, it's not. It's being a business owner and being able to set your own schedule. Lies. I'm calling it now. Lies. Don't give me that. You're not trying to sell me. I'm not a bride or a groom. You don't have to sell it to me. Be honest. Enough with the bullshit.
I love that so much. I'm sorry. Like, that's actually so spot on. But we love what we do. Don't get me wrong. Like, we absolutely love what we do. I always say it's the coolest job in the world.
It's pretty awesome.
I got a front row seat the best day of somebody's life. Like, what?
All right, enough fluff. Give me the real shit.
I love it, but yeah, money's good. Flexibility's awesome, and you know, I could work 4 hours one day, 10 hours the next day. Like, you know, like I work when I want to work. I took basically the whole month of July off. You know, we have seasons where it's like you're slow and like you could sit on the couch and read books and
book
shit.
Contracts and make money without actually physically working.
Yeah, like you could, you know.
There's definitely perks.
Yeah, and then you could be going fucking crazy the next month. So
and then from like, you know, July through November, you're dying.
Yes, pretty much. Everything hurts and we're dying.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? I'm getting so fucking old that
Oh, we're gonna talk about your tennis elbow.
I literally I have fucking photographer elbow. Does anyone have this? Like, legitimately, it hurts sometimes. Like when it rains, and like my elbow fucking hurts from picking up my camera. Like this.
Yesterday was my wrist, but again, I'm coming off a triple, so that's
How is this?
30 hours of wedding.
This is a thing, Lauren. This actually hurts.
Yeah, do it again.
It actually
Do it again.
I'm getting so fucking old that my elbow hurts from lifting my camera. Someone told
know.
us. Someone told us you can't say you guys are old. Like it's one of our 50 plus listeners, and he's so nice. I think his name's Martin. He's such a nice guy. But he's just like, you guys aren't old. You're so young, and you're so spry, and you're like super into the industry. We are.
Thank you, Martin.
We really appreciate that. But also, my body feels fucking old this time of year.
It's very creaky.
Okay, it literally hurts.
Every time I stand up, something snap crackles.
Every time, like I just think of you. It's like everything hurts, and I'm dying.
Yeah.
It's like today was one of those days. After this weekend, I did a double. First double I've done since June. And I was like, oh, double. I have doubles now from now until end of October, I think. So
I'm shooting a double with you.
yes, you are.
Back to back.
Back to
back.
Oh God, we gotta do some content on that one.
Maybe I'll wear the glasses.
Yeah, that'd be good. I'll give you the meta glasses for the
Okay.
day, and like Lauren's perspective. We should do that. Actually, I like that.
Yeah, going back to what we were talking about. Yeah, the flexibility and like it is really cool to be able to like edit how you want and do like people will come to you for your style.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's definitely the flexibility because I worked normal 40-hour work week jobs
Yeah.
and honestly way more than that at one point, working like 80 hours a week, 3 jobs, trying to make the money that
Yeah.
to even scratch the surface of the money that I'm making now.
I know. I was a 9-to-5er, and it was, I was the corporate office guy.
Yeah.
That I remember when I transitioned from the 9-to-5 to this, I was just like, wow, this is just everything to me. Like I was in I was in the corporate world for, I don't know, 10 plus years. So, I did photography on the side, and I saw all these, photographers that were, working for themselves, and they were, being able to like do laundry in the middle of the day and like, like go out with their friends, like in the off season and stuff like that. And like, I was working really hard. I was doing like, I think like 9 to 10 hour days sometimes, like in the corporate world, and it was tough. And I think I appreciate it a lot going into being a solo entrepreneur because of the fact that, I didn't have that. There's a lot of people that I know started as a solo entrepreneur, like didn't know anything about the corporate world and kind of crave that corporate mentality because of the fact it's a little more structured. So, what do they always say? The grass isn't always greener on the other side. Like I kind of
It's green where you water it.
It is like I lived both, and I could say that personally from experience, the corporate world is 20 times worse than being a solo entrepreneur. Don't get me wrong. It's stressful to do this job. We have our stresses. We have our anxieties. We have things that overwhelm us at times. Like I'm fucking overwhelmed a lot. But how you structure your day, how you maintain your day, like giving yourself a little semblance of structure and stability is the best thing you could do, because otherwise you're going to be going crazy. I remember you were going crazy not too long ago where, we were having talks about, like we need scheduling and doing this stuff and like doing these things and
designating days and hours for certain things and making sure that that's the time that you do those certain things.
Yeah.
And you stick to it.
Yeah.
Really helps. But it is one of those things where you have a 9-to-5 job and there is already a schedule and a structure that exists prior to you being there.
Yeah.
It's already there. You know what you have to do. You know what time you're clocking out and going home. When you're working from your home or within your own business, when does it end?
Yeah.
Never.
That's the thing is like, a lot of people are like, oh yeah, you work like 4 or 5 hours. Yeah, like I work like 4 or 5 hours today, but you also didn't see I was working from 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. some nights, and I'm grinding late nights so I could beat deadlines. Like, I have flexibility that I could take my kids to daycare and to school, okay, get them off the bus in the afternoon, right? Pull like a 6-hour, 7-hour day. But, if I don't have that time, like say they're off,
get sick,
they're off from school or they're sick, I have to take that day off, and I gotta my wife's a teacher, so she's going to work. I'm gonna stay home with the kids because my schedule is a little bit more flexible than hers, unless I have a wedding. But that's the only time, and I'm gonna stay home with the kids for 1, 2, 3 days, sometimes even a full week where I can't work my normal hours. So I got to adjust those. So those are
But
things.
you can.
But you
have the ability to.
that's the thing
So.
is like, so, we talked about what's the best thing about being a wedding vendor.
To me, that's it.
It's like, yeah, you're flexible.
Everyone's going to have like their own thing that they find is the best part of the industry for them.
Yeah.
For me, it's the flexibility, because if I hadn't done this and I had stayed doing what I was doing, I wouldn't have nearly as much time with my son.
Yeah.
I would have missed out on birthday parties and family events and going to the park, taking him to the playground, like all those things that when you think about them after the fact, people regret not having those memories.
Yeah.
So
100%.
I have those, so I'm happy.
That's the best thing to do is like, if you're flexible, you get to have those memories with your little ones and stuff like that. And so if you're looking to get into this business, that it does offer you flexibility. I tell a lot of my mentees that when I mentor somebody is like, I'm like, why do you want to get into the business? And they're like, oh, a lot of them will say like, I love photography and I really enjoy this. And like, I love taking pictures of people. And don't get me wrong, I do too. Okay. Like I love capturing love. Corny as fuck. Okay. Don't care. You could roll your eyes at me all fucking day. I do love doing that. There's something special about that. But personally, okay, I love the benefits of being a wedding photographer. Okay. The money's great. The hours are great. Okay. The flexibility to be a family man is really awesome. Doing what I want to do, taking the weddings that I want to take. Like being like having control is a big thing.
Yeah.
Okay? And I don't know if I could ever go back to that corporate world ever. It's just not. I don't think it's for me anymore.
Every now and again, I have I have my annual meltdown. Mike knows this about me. Or like I remember last year or early this year, I was just like, I don't think I'm cut out for this anymore. I think I need to just go and get a regular job. And he was like, shut the fuck up.
Did say this.
Shut up. And I was like, okay.
Yeah. It's very normal in this industry to have like, moments of like, I'm exhausted.
I'm always going to be transparent about that because we all know who's the hot mess on this podcast. It is she. But I think it's important to like let other people know that even we have moments of vulnerability within our brand and our businesses.
Oh, and if people think that like, oh, Mike, you're so well put together and shit. No, fucking, I'm not. I am not. I have moments of meltdowns too. You just don't see it. I don't put it out there that much. Although on the podcast,
this weekend was rough.
Listen, like not everyone is as transparent as Lauren.
No,
but
I don't think I don't know. Fuck that, man.
I've told you guys that like I see a therapist. Legitimately, I see a therapist because of how fucking stressful I could get sometimes.
Yeah.
Okay. Like I'm transparent about that, and the fact, I think I have some of my shit pretty well locked on, like together. Like I feel like I'm pretty good at things, but then there are times where I'm like. Yeah, today, for instance, like we were recording, right? So I was like, okay, like Sarah had a haircut. Okay, I was like, all right, I'll hang with the kids, and then like they had to get a haircut too. So you get a haircut, and then like when you're almost done, I'll bring the kids there. So I gave up the morning, to hang with the kids. And she was like, I'll take the kids, like so you get work done. I was like, no, like go get your haircut, like go relax for a little bit. I'll take the kids. I'll hang with the kids and then I'll take them and then come home and do, some work before the podcast recording, which was like, I only had like an hour and a half. Mm-hmm. Like, I was like, all right, an hour and a half, I'll do emails and shit like that. What did I do? You know what I did? I scrolled TikTok like an asshole. So I'm going to go home.
Mike is all of us.
So, all right. So I do it too. And I was like, what the fuck? Okay. I could have been building reels or I could have been doing this stuff. Like I got to post clips, like we got to make clips for the podcast. So many things to do, but I wasn't organized. I didn't put my list in front of me. And I was like, oh, fuck, man. Like that hour and a half, I could have probably answered about 10 to 15 emails, got all my emails done. So now, today, Sarah's going out to dinner with her girlfriends tonight, so I plan on working late. Okay, I'm gonna put the kids to bed. The kids don't fall asleep bed till fucking 9 because they, just like have too much fucking fun. So like if anyone has good parenting advice on how to get their kids to bed earlier, please let me know because
Benadryl.
Yeah.
Don't listen to me. That's not legal.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Don't do that.
But I'm going to work late tonight. I'm going to fucking work late tonight. And I did it to myself. So, that's how it happens. But I would say with your flexibility and things like that, like, because we don't always work like Monday through Friday. Like you might I have Thursday weddings. I have a Thursday wedding this week. So it throws things for a curveball. So it's like, how do I compensate for that? Right? Like, how do you compensate for a day that you're not getting in the office to edit, or you're not getting a day in the office to do emails or something like that? You have to plan for that ahead. So I don't make deadlines like on like near the days that like I have like a wedding or something like that. Like I never do a deadline on a Friday, like or anything like that. I try to get deadlines done like Wednesdays because just in case I have a Thursday or Friday wedding.
Because hump day.
Yeah, it's
you're
like
over the hump. You get a nice gallery delivery. Wow.
Yeah, fucking Wednesday's a great day. I feel like Wednesday's the most productive day of the week. Don't you feel like that? Do you feel like that as a photographer?
Actually, did you know that Wednesdays? Oh, is it Wednesdays or Tuesdays? One of those days, Wednesday or Tuesday, is the day that most people
really
unalive themselves.
You had to take it into like the dark turn.
Yeah.
You're
because it's like if it's Tuesday, it's like
we're not into October. It's
Monday,
not like scary shit. Like, can you like stop?
Well, Monday is like Monday, right? It's like, oh God, the week just started. But then Tuesday is like, fuck, I already got through Monday and I still have all of this left. I mean, sometimes it's just too much.
You read way too much shit. Really? What the fuck is wrong?
I know a lot of useless information.
Yeah, I could see that. I could really see that. Thanks for that little tidbit of info.
You're welcome. I hope it was uplifting.
I hope you guys didn't tune out.
Very mindful, very demure.
I'm going to walk out of this podcast right now.
Hates me right now.
Let's talk about some other things. So this episode is sponsored by the Legal Paige. Legal Paige is a legal education platform for small businesses as well as a contract templates shop. They help you get legally legit in minutes. So we're super excited to partner with them. But Lauren, I know you've been using a Legal Paige contract for a long time, right?
I sure have. I love it. It protects me against anything that you could possibly think of. It's a brick. It's one of my favorite parts about my business. I'm so proud of it because it's just like got everything that you can think of. And available in their shop are different amendments, different clauses, and you can find anything there. Any situation that you could possibly think of, that website has it.
Yeah, they have everything like short forms and a la carte clauses. So whether you're a photographer, videographer, planner, florist, DJ, you name it, the Legal Paige has a contract that will make your business legit.
All the contracts have been reviewed and critiqued by industry-leading professionals and come with free future updates made by the Legal Paige's legal team.
And if you guys didn't know this, but Paige is a retired wedding and family photographer, as well as an attorney. So she has a very unique perspective and expertise when it comes to photography contracts.
The Legal Paige offers free education through their blog posts, podcast episodes, and their YouTube channel.
So one of the cooler things also is that we're partnered. We have a special link in the show notes that you could check out her whole shop, everything like that, get yourself legally legit. But you could use code TVT10 and that gets you what?
It gets you 10% off anything in the shop, which is awesome.
Awesome. So definitely get yourself legally legit. Check out the Legal Paige.
Best money I've ever spent.
Check it out in the show notes.
We just want to give a special shout out to Maru, one of our sponsors. Maru is a modern payment experience for the weddings and events industry.
Maru has added some incredible new features, including the ability to send contracts, create itemized invoices, and our personal favorite, the ability to pay contractors.
Love this.
Yeah, like that makes me so happy to have a platform that if I need to pay like an associate or a second shooter, I'm paying them right through Maru. It just goes right to their bank account, makes things so nice and easy.
It's also so neat and organized.
Yes.
You can find anything.
Super organized. Like, I love it because I'm just like, hey, I got to print it out at the end of the year, send my accountant over for tax purposes and all that stuff.
Perfect.
It keeps things so nice and neat.
Maru is a community of 10,000 plus wedding and event professionals, and it's growing. They offer seamless transactions and a hassle-free payment experience. They make it easy for you to focus on what you do best, creating memorable experiences.
So we went over, but with Maru, you could create and share your contract, accept and make payments without processing fees, offer clients a simpler experience, no need to sign up, just pay and go, and pay your contractors, something we both love. So it also keeps all your payments neatly organized in the central hub. You could sign up for free at maru.us/TBT.
Okay.
Someone asked us, someone did ask us, what happens if a client gets divorced before you deliver the gallery?
Has that ever happened to you?
No.
It's never happened to me either.
Yeah. What would you do?
I don't know. That's like kind of uncharted territory for me.
Yeah, same. I think I would still deliver it.
I think, yeah, I'd probably still deliver it. Like, so I think the person that asked us, like, did somebody one of the bride or groom reach out to her?
I think so.
I think it was the groom that said, like, don't worry about editing the gallery.
Yeah.
But there's still another person involved.
Yeah.
So probably would still edit the gallery and deliver it as usual, because you did the work.
Yeah.
I mean, at some point, what if they turned around and said, I really like those photos because of the pictures I had with my other family members?
Yeah.
You know?
I think maybe I would get like an agreement in place.
Yeah.
This is a good topic for the
Maybe
legal
have-
page.
It would definitely be a good thing. Why didn't we ask her this?
That would have been a good topic to ask Paige.
We're so unprepared.
I think you would have to have the client sign an agreement.
Yeah, I think that they would
saying
have
that services are no longer rendered.
Yeah.
Like it's almost a termination agreement, like a
Because the
cancellation
whole thing has
termination
been paid in
agreement.
full.
Yeah.
All service is already done. It's not like they owe any more money, and
Yeah.
it's just
I mean, that's what I do with a cancellation agreement because I've had to have those a couple of times. It's like I put services rendered, like the services that I did for them, and then the service is not complete, and like they sign the cancellation agreement.
Yeah.
So I guess you could do that. Like it's essentially a cancellation agreement, but like you could put, all money is non-refundable after the wedding has been photographed. Yeah. We should ask Paige.
We'll ask Paige.
We'll ask Paige for you guys and then kind of put that. But I would do one of two things. I would either just edit it anyway, deliver it, say, hey, like, I know you don't want them, but they're here. Okay. They're like,
Here's a link. You know,
here's
if
a link.
you want them, they're there.
Just to cover your own ass. Okay. Or I would send them a cancellation agreement and just say, like, my services were rendered, but you're agreeing that I don't have to deliver the photos.
Yeah.
So
I think so. The person in question, I don't even think had edited the photos.
no, it was like it was like 3 weeks after I think
One of them
found
was
out
cheating.
one of them was cheating, and they found the bride or groom found out, and that's how it happened. So
Yeah.
I guess in that instance, it's like, yeah, they're never gonna look at the photos ever again. Like you could probably just say, well, I'm fucking done, but I wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do that. I just cover your own ass. Cover your own ass.
Yeah. But we also had that incident where was that? It was the
Oh, I know what you're
photographer.
talking about. The untimely death of the photographer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mike and I have talked about the death clause before.
Yeah. Let's get morbid.
Spooky season's approaching, so let's talk about murder and death. This is a really unfortunate thing that happened to a photographer. I don't know if we have. Oh yeah,
It really happened with clients too.
it happened. Victims. There's victims here. But the photographer died, unfortunately, before they were able to deliver the wedding photos. And now the bride is kind of asking the internet, like, what do I do? How do I get my photos? And this woman is so nice. She's being extremely understanding. She's doing everything right in the situation. She's being very patient. She's trying to give grace, but she's also just wondering what's going to happen to my pictures.
Yeah.
What do we do now? Where do we move forward from here? So I think the last that I read was basically that they're still waiting for the husband essentially to try and figure out the next course of action here. And I think that ends up being just like giving them the raws.
Yeah.
Because what else can you do?
I think that's the only thing you could do is just you'd have to hand over the raw files because the photographer could then tell the client could then say like, ask the internet, like, listen, my photographer died. Like, would anybody be willing to edit these for me? Like, kind of thing. Because you would have the raws and any photographer could then edit them.
Right.
Some might charge, but I'll be honest with you. If I ever got approached by a client like saying my wedding photographer died,
I probably wouldn't.
I'd probably be like, okay, let me see about this. I feel like that's like total. I don't know. If I knew the person, I'd be like, I'd edit them for you.
And like, again, I want to stress that the woman who got married is saying amazingly positive things about the photographer and the husband who were a team. Mm-hmm. So this is ultimately excessively devastating for the husband who, this is his business partner and wife who just very suddenly passed away. She said, our wedding photographers were a husband and wife team, and they were both awesome, incredible people. They brought so much creativity to our day, and we were lucky to have had them there. So it's obviously incredibly difficult to ask something of this of the husband who is obviously navigating his own grief.
Yeah.
And I think he's probably doing his very best right now to trudge through it. And, especially if he's already involved in the business, he probably has a plan. Mm-hmm. And that would probably be to hand over the raws at this point, because I think it might be just too painful.
If I was in his shoes, I would do that.
Yeah.
I would just be like, listen, here's the raw files. I'll put them on a drive. I'll mail them to you. I'll save them. I'll back them up, all that stuff. But I can't even look at these. And I don't blame him one bit. That's why I think, a lot of people ask us, and we're not the right people to ask this question, but people ask us because we have a platform. But like, what happens if you do kick the bucket and die and your business is left, in uncharted waters?
We just recently talked about this because I was like, I have never in my life thought about something like that.
I haven't really either.
And then we had like a casual conversation about it. Like, shit, I think I might need to have like
a death clause,
a death folder of like information and
I have that already.
Things to do just specifically for my business, right? Of all the things that need to be done in the event that people to reach out to, contact numbers, all of this stuff, because you really just never know.
Yeah, that's part of it, and it's as morbid as this is like a very morbid topic, but I think
it's really important to talk about.
I think it is, because when you think about it, like if you have a business, right, and you meet your untimely demise, and you leave that burden on your spouse, if you have a spouse, or if you don't have that, you leave it to what is it, next of kin, right? Mm-hmm. It like they're gonna have to deal with that. And if you have, say you shot 30 weddings and you delivered 10 of them and you owe 20, okay? Those are 20 couples without their images, okay? That is just so unfortunate. Like as vendors that have to deliver tangible items after the fact, right? If you met your untimely demise as a wedding planner, you're done. Your services are rendered,
right? Like
after the wedding, like, it doesn't affect the couple. But it would if you're the photographer and you haven't delivered those images yet. So, I thought about that a little bit after we started talking about that. And I was just like, I do have like my stuff like in a folder, like my logins to everything for like my business and everything like that. And I have like kind of instructions, like what to do in the event of my death. And it is like, okay, all the clients that I have in this section of like are pending, kind of thing. They would need to be either refunded or, if they're in this status, they would need to be refunded. If they're not in this status, they don't need to be refunded.
Here are the list of people that could potentially take them,
I actually have a thing where it says, this is my team. And if they are able to step up and take those weddings, like they will be paid X amount. I have that all written. So
Yeah.
right now, and I should probably revise that every year. But it's because it's pretty old. It's actually 2 years old. So, but I think if you have you should prepare for these things as
no one ever thinks. No one ever thinks about things like this.
No, it sucks. This is a sucky, shitty topic, but you gotta understand that there are situations where it could happen, and you don't
even if you just get very sick, and you're not able to
100%.
to do anything.
I think if you're sick though, you can
delegate.
You could delegate. I think that's where if you are sick and you're ill, whether it's something terminal or anything like that, you could actually put the plan in motion,
right?
Rather quickly.
But if you're dead,
yeah, if you're dead, this is another thing. A lot of people. Somebody asked us in our group, do you provide a second shooter to all your weddings? And I think a lot of people chimed in. I think we had like 50 or 60 responses to that. I personally do, not only for the fact that they give me more coverage on a wedding day and it promotes a value, but also in the event that something happens to me, I know someone could be there on the day. So if, something happened, their day is covered. And I trust all my second shooters that would do the right thing, capture the day, all that stuff. And, maybe try to help in that regard. I would do the same, if it were you, and I was second shooting for you, I'd be like, okay, let me reach out to your couple, figure that out, and say I'll main it for you. I'm supposed to work for you that day. Let me find a second shooter to help. So that's where I think you this is why you need a good community too. A good.
We talk about community over competition all the time, but if you are constantly at war with your competitors, you haven't really developed a network of people who can step up and help you. You may have your second shooters, but not all second shooters are created equal, and not all of them are capable of shooting a lead day.
Yeah. So I think that's where you should have just some plans in motion, just some backup things, just in case something does happen. You just never know. You never know. And it's crazy to think, and I know this is a fucking morbid topic, but it's one that, people have asked us, and we had to talk about it.
If you died, I would miss you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd miss you too.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be a dick about that.
Cool.
That's great.
Glad we're on the same page.
Okay.
All
We'll get along on that topic. Let's talk about something nicer, please.
Okay.
Please.
Reality TV.
Oh yeah. You want to talk about
totally have a wedding vendor related TV show.
Yeah, bravo. Let's go.
Hear us out.
You're how is there not a wedding industry television show?
I mean,
no, I know there's Say Yes to the Dress. I know there's planner shows, luxury planner shows and shit like that.
But I want the grungy shit.
Yeah, I want yeah.
I want the back of house.
Yeah, I want okay.
Drama.
I'd love a show. This is my pitch, okay?
Okay.
That focuses on 5 vendors, okay? It could be a planner, photographer, florist, entertainment, and let's say back of house guy, a venue,
a bartender?
like a maitre d'
or
or
wait staff.
Yeah,
wait staff.
okay, and it all it follows, the camera follows each of these people throughout the season, right? Okay, different venues, all this stuff, right? And then the finale, they're all in the same place, okay, capturing the same wedding.
Oh.
Yeah, I thought about this. Okay. Bravo, come at me. Come on. How much drama, and they could be talking shit about each other all season, okay, be oh God, okay, I'm just Maeve's the friend. So
I'd watch it.
So, but I'd be okay, Maeve's the coordinator. It'd be oh God, I gotta work with fucking Maeve in 2 months. I'm shooting Maeve's wedding, by the way. So Maeve is my little sister. I love her so much. But oh yeah, you see the communication on the back end, she'd be Mike, the couple doesn't want to fucking do that. Don't make them do that. I'd be all that shit. So I want to see the juicy drama of the industry unfold. We talk about it on this show, but could you imagine that on a reality television show?
Seeing it.
Yeah.
Seeing it happen in action.
And you have the talking head stuff. Picture Below Deck. But
I was just going to say, it's Below Deck, only with wedding vendors.
It's my favorite reality show, by the way. I'm a big Below Deck Med fan. I like Captain Sandy. She's she's my girl.
I just really like Love Island.
Yeah, you're a Love Island person. I don't know
Yeah.
anything about Love Island, so
This past season was fucking drama city.
yeah, I like. There's only one reality show I really watch.
Below Deck.
Yeah, Below Deck. I do like. My wife watches Top Chef, and I do catch those episodes too. It's not as much drama there. It's just really good food. But I want a Below Deck, but the wedding industry.
Yeah.
You know, but don't just be about planners. Everything's about planners.
It's always planners and dresses.
Yeah, it's like, come on, man. There's such a big ass industry
Yeah.
of like wedding pros and shit.
So many different types of
Like,
people.
could you? Yeah, like, and they all interact. Like, it was funny. I walked into the wedding on Saturday, and it was legitimately all my friends there. Like, it was. I walked in. Okay, I was greeted by the bride, and then Ashley Glazer was the hairstylist, who we love. We got to have it on the show. I keep telling her
We
that.
keep talking about this.
Okay.
We need to get her here.
Like, and then Juliana Fink was there. Jay Fink makeup. Awesome. Like, love her to death. Maeve was the coordinator. Okay. We were at Flowerfield, and it was like a beautiful venue. I know like the staff there, which is really nice. So it was like kind of cool to be able to like have all that. Vin was the videographer, so I was working with Vin all day. So like I was working with all people I like, and it's so much more fun when you like have those people. But they're, it'd be really juicy to have like the vendors when you're like working with like the shit vendor that you don't want to work, because that's when it gets juicy. That's the drama, baby. And I think you just have it at the very end. They all come together to shoot, to work on one wedding.
Oh God.
And it just be like the drama in the back, like at the vendor table. You can't take the name of the vendor table though. That's
ours.
That's ours. So
Fuck
off, Bravo. But also, like, if you want us to use us for the reality show,
I don't know about TV. I don't know if I'll do TV.
I'd do TV.
I don't think TV is for me.
I'd feel like I'd be pretty entertaining on television. I'm very stupid on a wedding day.
I feel like I would be good on TV, but
You'd be
I don't
great
think,
on TV.
I don't think TV's for me.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to watch it back and then like have people talk shit about me. I wouldn't watch
It's
it.
bad enough as it is, you know?
You guys should see our DMs.
Oh my God.
If you guys go on our TikTok and just read some of the comments, it's like, yeah.
Maybe we should do a mean tweets episode.
Oh, we should. What's his name? Josh, the Australian photographer who we like. He's hysterical. He reads mean comments.
Josh Huggett Media.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. He reads mean comments like once in a while on his Instagram. We should do that. That would be great.
I think we have enough at this point.
Yeah, we should start saving them.
Okay.
Wow. You know what? Let's end this with one more thing. Okay. Being emo kids.
Yeah.
I've been loving the trend of like emo songs that are slowed down
So good.
and turn into first dance songs.
Can I tell you what I just heard yesterday?
What'd you hear?
It was a vocalist
Mm-hmm.
playing guitar and singing the Pokemon theme song at a wedding.
Really?
And it was so good.
Interesting.
So good. And
Gotta
everybody,
catch 'em all? Gotta
yeah,
catch
you
'em
could
all.
see like everybody just like perking up when they realized what song it was, and then they all started singing it together. And those are my people.
I love that. No, I love like when people like they slow down like the intros, like like her Jurassic Park ones.
yeah.
That was cool. But I really been loving the emo songs.
Like the Paramore one.
Oh
That was
yeah,
good.
I really love that. Like what's it called? Like Still Into You.
Mm-hmm.
Like turn that into it. A slow dance, and then you know what I heard? Blink 182, First Date. They turned into because it's a beautiful song.
see that, yeah.
When it's slowed down. And my couple had that last year, and Vin was with me, and Vin was just like, Vin's a big Blink fan. He was just like, yo, that is amazing. Like,
Yeah.
he never heard the song before. Like slowed down like that. So
I'm also very into like Sleep Token right now, and I've seen a couple of Sleep Token ones where they're singing like these beautiful, because Sleep Token's lyrics
What is
are
Sleep Token?
poetic.
oh, is that a band?
You wouldn't like Sleep Token.
Oh,
But it's a band, yes. But they're
Screamo? Are they Screamo?
they're very difficult to define genre.
Okay.
It's all over the place, but it's
Gotcha.
all very, very good, and the lyrics are very like
Nice.
It's poetry.
Okay.
So like I saw a woman singing one of the Sleep Token songs, and I was just like, "Fuck, this is gorgeous!"
Yeah.
Like people are getting very creative.
I think that like you could sometimes find a song, like if there's a song you really like that maybe like, meaningful to you, maybe somebody slowed it down.
I did actually send this to the Mom Talks group chat, and it was a vocalist and a guitarist, and they were singing Cardi B's "Wet Ass Pussy." And I will show that to you after this because I was in disbelief, but it did sound beautiful.
I love it. I love when people get so creative that they like slow down songs and like it's the most
And it takes you a minute.
the most grungy fucking
Oh
like
my God.
absolutely.
It did sound lovely. But it was intense.
It's like that Keyless song, like My Neck, My Back. Mm-hmm. Like, could you imagine that slow down? All romantic.
I would love to hear it. I do support it. I don't know if the wedding is the right.
Yeah, not the right genre
Not
for that.
something-
Could you imagine Grandma
I feel
sitting
like-
there,
I
like
feel
just
like
like listening to the
during-
lyrics?
I feel like during cocktail hour when everybody's mingling, it's a good like little Easter egg because no one's really paying attention. But then like
Yeah, you imagine
You'll
like you're
catch
just like
it.
I'm like, what the fuck did you just say? That's like Chaperone. Chaperone's song Casual. Like totally took me by surprise with like, you know,
the lyrics.
the lyrics. I was like, oh, love that song though. Fucking awesome. Banger.
Beautiful song.
Banger. This has been a weird episode.
I liked it.
Did you?
Yeah.
We're gonna see what the people think of this one because this was
I think it's a good one.
wave of emotions here.
Yeah. Death.
Death to wet ass pussies.
Dead ass pussy.
But Lauren,
Yes.
where can they?
Have we said the word pussy on the podcast too much?
I don't think so.
We might have said it more than we.
I don't say that word a lot.
It's kind of a gross word.
It is. It's like moist.
I don't like it.
It's like moist.
Please don't. All right.
All right. Well,
Sign off now, please.
yeah. Let's wrap this fucker up. Lauren, where can they find you?
Find me at LaurenO'BrienPhoto.com and Lauren O'Brien Photo and the Feral Photog on Instagram and TikTok. Mike, where can they find you?
At Michael Casaro Photo on Instagram, TikTok, as well as my website. And you can find us at the Vendor Table Pod on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, as well
Our
as...
Facebook group.
Guys, it's been fun. We'll catch you next time.
Okay, bye.